How's it going, everybody? This is Richboywayne, the specialist of opportunity, and we're going to be talking about the tornado that hit Nashville, Tennessee earlier this week, March of 2020. And in case you've been living under a rock and you haven't been watching the news, there was a tornado that hit here March 3rd. It mostly hit the north side of town, and luckily I live on the south side. In case you didn't know, I am from Nashville. I do still live in Nashville. I've always lived here, and this is my home, and I'll probably die here because this is my home. And when you see something like this happen in real life, it kind of affects you differently than if you're watching it on TV or, if you're hearing about it on the radio or anything like that. And to just see the level of destruction for yourself is something else, just to see the gas station that you went to last week and now it's completely destroyed. It's nothing but rubble. It has an effect on you. And this is not the first time that we've dealt with this or something like this. We had a flood here in 2010 that devastated pretty much all of downtown, really. And we recovered from it, but at the same time, it changed Nashville forever. The old Nashville died, and I guess the new Nashville, whatever you want to call it, came from that. Hate it or love it, that's what we have now. And I feel like this is going to change Nashville too. But the purpose of this video is not really to talk about the destruction. There has been some good that has come out of this, and it's kind of sad that it takes something like this to bring a community together, but at the same time, I'm glad that it has brought the community together, because we live in a time where there's a lot of duality and a lot of, we're at odds with each other, and I'm glad that something like this can bring a community together. And I was downtown today, just kind of checking things out, and just seeing people handing out water and giving out food, and people barbecuing and helping clean up the damage is something that I'll probably never forget, And I love to see us as a community come together and do something positive like this. However, in the midst of doing something positive, there's a lot of negative stuff that's going on that I really want to address, specifically as it pertains to real estate, because this channel is, of course, about real estate. And I have to address this, and that is the I guess you can call them vulture investors, which I hate that term, but vulture investors that are going around and trying to profit off of something like this. And I think it's disgusting, and it gives real estate investors such as myself and other people a bad reputation. It makes us look bad. It makes us look horrible. I don't support it at all. And if I see anyone of my friends that are doing it, I'm going to call them out on it, plain and simple. Same thing that happened in 2010 when we had the flood here, and we had all these investors come in and try to buy up all these lots and things of that nature, sometimes literally days after the flood hit. And I knew something like this was going to happen. I can't say that I didn't suspect this, but just the way that these investors are going about this is just disgusting. And it makes our community look bad. I'm a member of the Real Estate Investors of Nashville here, and also of the Association of Realtors and several other associations. And I know that my colleagues would never do something like this, because we're not out-of-state investors. We're people who live in this community, and we are a part of the community. And to see someone use something like this to profit off of people's suffering is just horrible. You even have people now charging to clean up. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a proponent of capitalism, and I believe in capitalism. But at the same time, there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do it. And I feel like that a lot of these investors are doing things, the way they're going about them is really nasty. And to give you an example of this, an article by the Nashville Scene that says, after the tornado, vultures descend on North Nashville. As residents sort through the wreckage, of their homes, predatory investors are approaching with cash offers. Let me just scroll down here. And here is a text message, I guess, from one of the investors right here. Now, this isn't really all that shocking. Like I said, I expected something like this. But here is the comments. And I want to read these comments. Looks like part of the readership who land in the tall and skinny gentrifier list are having a problem reconciling their existence to the pain it causes in the community. To those people, name a neighborhood in Nashville, their hometown, that these people can find or build a house in the price range they're receiving from these, and you see that word right there, speculators. Okay, I had to switch microphones. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and continue. Alright, so, posted by Chill, and it says, not everyone wants to just sell and pick up and move somewhere else. These people have families and history and a love for their community. Just because you've lived here for 5 minutes and are willing to uproot and move at the drop of an offer from a developer doesn't mean everyone else. Now, I understand where a lot of these people are coming from, because personally, if it was me and I didn't have any kind of home insurance or any kind of money saved up, and someone came to me and offered me a bunch of money for my house, or what used to be my house, I won't be honest with you, I'd take it and not run with it if I was in a situation. Because here's the thing, you can look at it from one or two perspectives. You can look at it from being in the perspective of A, I've lived here all my life, I want to continue to live here, or B, here's a guy that's offering me some money for a property that I have no use for. It's like I can either try to rebuild it, which is going to cost, who knows what, or I can just sell and move somewhere else. So I understand this. I understand it. I get it. You don't really have to explain to me because I get it. But here's the thing. If you don't like their offer, you can just turn it down. No charge. I mean, yes, that is the case. If you don't like it, you can just turn down their offer. Okay, I like what this person says too. Just because it's not illegal doesn't mean it's not immoral. If the best thing you can say about something is that it's legal, then maybe it should not be taking place. These people deserve time to pull what they can from the wreckage and decide whether to rebuild, repair, or move on. And I agree with that. The problem isn't what they're doing. The problem is the way they're doing it. I'm a wholesaler. I'm a aspiring real estate developer. I'm not a real estate developer yet, but I'm an aspiring one. And I wouldn't conduct business like this. This looks poorly from people on the outside looking in. Real estate investors do not have the community doesn't have a high opinion of real estate investors. Most of them despise real estate investors because of stuff like this. You never hear anything good about any real estate investors pretty much ever in the media. It's always some landlord evicting someone. It's always some real estate developer screwing someone out of a house. It's always some flipper that doesn't know what he's doing and building crappy, 2-in-1s or these tall and skinny houses that are all over, that are just built poorly. I mean, you don't hear anything good. There's no good public perception of real estate investors, period. And then you have the Airbnb thing. Most people can't find rentals in the city because of Airbnb. So you have that going on. So I get it. I understand it. But, the thing about stuff like this is that it makes us look bad. And I do not condone it. I don't. And if I catch anyone doing it, I'm going to call them out on it. Yeah, if I was doing this, they'd call me out on it in a heartbeat. I bet you that. So I guess my review really is to just tell people to act with integrity and to not be so focused on making money that we lose our sense of judgment and our sense of purpose and not take advantage of people. That's what real estate investors should be doing. I've always tried to make sure in my business that I've operated in. I've always thought of it like this. If I was to meet the people that I deal with in the grocery store, could I still interact with them? Or would I have to duck behind some other aisle or something like that? I've always had that mentality, and I've always tried to do business above board if at all possible. Unlike most people who do this business, I don't do under the table stuff. I don't like doing stuff like that. And I got into this to get away from that, you know. I used to roll with some guys that'll bust your head wide open on some real. Okay, I'm gonna go into that one day, but for the sake of time, I used to roll with some head busters, and they didn't care, and they would always do illegal stuff, and I didn't want to be part of it. That's why I got into real estate. So all I'm trying to say is that we need to act with integrity, and you can make money. There's opportunities even in a situation like this, but let's have integrity, please. If you have integrity, hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want to see future videos from me, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.